Hey guys, tonight we begin with the unshakable facts about the Middle Ages. You know, the ones people repeat at dinner parties, in documentaries, and in high school history classes, and that are completely wrong. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from and what time it is for you. It's always fascinating to see who's joining us from around the world. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. One of the most stubborn myths about the Middle Ages is that people thought the earth was as flat as a serving tray, and if you sailed far enough, you'd plunge into the abyss like a medieval lemming. The image is tempting. Nervous sailors peeking over the ship's edge, wondering if they'd see dragons or just a really long fall. Unfortunately for that dramatic mental picture, medieval scholars already knew the earth was round. In fact, they'd known for centuries. The ancient Greeks had measured it with sticks, shadows, and math, which is the historical equivalent of winning a Nobel Prize with a ruler and a bit of sunshine. Eratosthenes did it in the 3rd century BCE, and his method was still taught in the Middle Ages. So no, your average monk wasn't lying awake at night terrified of cosmic cliffs. The flat earth myth actually got popular thanks to 19th century writers who wanted to make the medieval period look like one long cosplay of ignorance. Washington Irving's biography of Columbus painted the explorer as bravely defying all the flat earthers of his day. The reality? The real argument in Columbus's time wasn't, is it round? But, how big is it? Columbus thought it was much smaller than it actually was, a mistake that, without the Americas conveniently blocking his way, would have meant starving to death somewhere in the middle of the Pacific. Even regular sailors knew about the Earth's curve. They watched masts disappear over the horizon before the hull. You don't need a PhD to notice that unless you're actively trying to ignore it. Medieval art even showed globes in Christ's hand, and kings posed with them like they'd just invented geography. Not something you'd do if you believed you were ruling over the world's largest frisbee. Ah yes, the classic mental image. Every medieval person was a filthy, flea-ridden creature who feared water like it was witchcraft. Supposedly, they roamed the streets smelling like a combination of wet sheep and disappointment. It's a satisfying caricature, but much like that flat earth nonsense, it's wrong. In reality, medieval Europeans bathed far more than people give them credit for. Public bathhouses were common in towns, often operated